Life itself has a way of making us and molding us into becoming this very thing that we never thought we could ever be. That is, that sometimes life can happen in a way that it creates a vacuum inside of us or create a vacuum that it puts us in that vacuum. And now, when we find ourselves in the vacuum of life, the vacuum of life is that place of total emptiness, is that place of being vulnerable, is that place of coldness. And when we are in that state of being where we are vulnerable and we in that vacuum that life has created us in, it is always important, and it's in that place is where we find a hunger. We hunger for want. We hunger for warmth. We hunger for taste. We hunger for acceptance. We hunger for everything because it's not a place that is desirable for people to want to be. And but when we are in that place, doesn't mean loneliness is a total absence of another human being beside us. But loneliness is the absence of us not being able to know that we are still with us. So we become lonely in that vacuum, thinking that there is nobody to talk to. And since we don't see the physical person that we can reach to or touch or feel, or they can respond to us based on our experience that we have in that place, we feel lonely. And not only lonely, but rejected. The feeling of that, those are agonizing feeling that is hard to bear. But it is in that place that we feel the supernatural. It is in that place that we feel the power beyond us. Because remember, wherever we are, I remember, I think the Bible was the one that says that ye are God. So when we are in that place of vacuum, live vacuum, it's not a total loneliness, but it's a place where God meets God. That is a place where we reconnect to the divine self of who we are, so that we pull the grace from above to harness the place that we are to create that want. So that physical person who is not available at that time does not really necessarily mean we need a physical person to be available or a physical touch, even though the human body desires that greatly. But if we can feel that there's something greater than who we are that is in that presence where we are, then there's a greater need. I remember somebody else, I don't know, but I heard this word somewhere. Men are permitted to leave, but your presence is not permitted to leave, because it is your presence that distinguishes a man from another man. When the word presence is used, is a presence of a divine self, the presence of divinity and humanity. So even though we don't find anybody, but we can still feel that there's something greater that is within us. I remember, I think it's Maya Angelou that wrote this word. It says, I came as one, but I stand as 10,000. Standing as 10,000 is an invincible force that you cannot see, but the person that stands feels heaven is on the side. So the mindset that we carry, it should be the mindset of believing that no matter where we are, no matter the vacuum that life has put us in, that we can still believe that we are not just standing all by ourselves, that we came as one and we stand as 10,000, that we are not just standing alone, but we are standing with a host of angels that we cannot see, that every situations, every problem, every thing that we face, that we're not facing it alone. Even though those questions are hard to answer, even though those problems are hard to solve in the physical eyes, but having that mindset, that way of thinking, allow us to live another day. Allow us to live another day. Because whatever we want to achieve in this life, whatever financially, which I know finances has always been the greatest thing that we pursue after. Every human beings need finances to be able to make things happen. And one of the major problems aside from finances is health problem. But when we are going through these changes, this metamorphosis, and moving to that level of whatever we want to accomplish, we always have to know that in that vacuum, wherever we find ourselves, that we can know that we are not alone. That there's a universe, there's a God, that there's power that is within us.